On the screen right now, we are looking at a South African man, a pastor to be specific, who goes by the name Harry Johannes Kenoysen, who had a plan to kill thousands of black South Africans by poisoning their water. To put in the right terms, we are looking at a terrorist, okay? We are looking at a monster. And recently, a South African court found Kenoysen guilty of high treason, incitement to carry out violent attacks, and recruiting people to commit attacks. Prosecutors said the 61-year-old leader of the National Christian Resistance Movement and his group considered killing black South Africans by infecting them with a biological weapon. One of the methods they explored included putting poison inside reservoirs that supplied water to the black communities. The court also found Kenoysen guilty of unlawful possession of firearms. Investigators found weapons in his possession at the time of his arrest. South African police and intelligence thwarted the group in 2019. Some leaders of the group were also arrested, and the organization's cells in multiple locations across the country have since been immobilized. Jailed members of Kenoysen's group took to the stand to provide evidence for his eventual conviction. The members are also serving time for similar offenses. Prosecutors claim that Kenoysen's schemes were spurred by his highly racial views, adding that he wanted to use his religion as a basis for his actions. Prosecutors also said Kenoysen claimed he had been ordained to reclaim South Africa for white people. To further this end, he planned to attack government institutions and more specifically police and military institutions. A spokeswoman for the National Prosecuting Authority, Monica Inyusua, told the news outlets. Inyusua also said Kenoysen selected townships and informal settlements that had black residents as locations to attack. The convicted pastor allegedly used Facebook to encourage people to commit acts of violence against black people. He also allegedly used the social media platform to get people who had served in the South African military to join his group and execute the attacks. Kenoysen also reportedly took the stand and admitted to taking to Facebook to share recipes on how to make explosives. Like, you literally see the hate this man has been harboring in his heart for a very long time. He is in his 60s. He's old already, but he still has this much hate. Not only does he have it, he's spreading it, he's recruiting people to hate with him, and it's crazy. These are the advocates of racism because they keep it alive by passing it on to their kids and making sure their community don't forget that they are supposed to be so hateful. After everything said and done, you really start to get very curious as to what it is about black people that they are so scared of. You really start to think about that. Like him and his crew on Facebook doing all they were doing. You look at the Buffalo shooter as well. He too was actively online planning and cooking, spewing all that hate online. So I took to Twitter and visited his page, and his bio is pretty straight to the point, isn't it? Save my race. Like, you would think his race is under attack. These people are just running around so scared. Like, save your race from what? He was out here planning to attack black people and kill thousands of black people, but he's the one who has "save my race" on his bio. The irony, it's insane, but let's take a look at some of the tweets I found on there. I am Harry Kenoysen, Commander-in-Chief of the Crusaders NCRM National Christian Resistance Movement in South Africa. My full focus is the rescue of my race and securing the future of our race in South Africa. Rescuing of the race from what though? Securing the future of our race in South Africa, I just can't. Like, all I can think about right now is when they tell us, if you don't like it here, go back to where you came from. I stand and fight for the existence of my race in South Africa. One white warrior, 1,000 of you. ... Coming soon. So saying that he tagged Julius Malema here, I have like ideas as to what I think he meant by this tweet, but I want you guys to tell me what you think he meant. Creator God, at thy call I shall not falter. It's crazy how all they did in the past, they said God sent them and they were ordained to do it. Now still in the present, God is still sending them to commit atrocities. I'm like, this people's God is obviously different. It's obviously a different kind of God, really. There were a few other tweets that were written in, I'm guessing, Afrikaans, so I could not tell what they were saying. Like, they can literally freely use these platforms for their schemes and they don't get checked. They don't watch themselves, really. they watch us. I'm grateful him and his crew were caught, but there are others out there, some very rich and powerful, and they have been poisoning black people for a very long time, just slowly weakening and killing us. I want to keep this video as straight to the point as possible and as short as possible. So yeah, let me know down below in the comment section what you think. I'll see you in the next one.